I didn't need all that before. Hello, welcome to Yoga Fundamentals 1. I am Annie, your amazing teacher. What? Yeah, awesome. Okay. Who knew? I did. Okay, laying down. Oh, take a deep inhale, maybe a full body stretch if that feels right. Either bend your knees and put your feet on the floor or extend your legs out straight. It is up to you. Close your eyes. Relax your shoulders. Maybe tuck your shoulder blades a little bit. I find it very interesting that when we as humans, or in yoga, because that's where I'm taking this, are in fight or flight, or we have anxiety, we choose to keep our palms facing to the floor or onto our stomach facing down. And maybe that's just comfort also, by the way, it's the most comfortable position. But when you're comfortable in a space and you don't have anxiety about it, the class, the teacher, you know it's coming, then you're more apt to actually turn your palms up and have your hands open instead of closed down to the floor. So just notice which way you're more comfortable and how you're feeling today, because that can change. You've been in this class 100 times now, and sometimes you want to have your palms facing towards the floor, and sometimes you're okay with them facing up. And it also may be the temperature, like your hands are freezing, so you want to keep them together and facing down. Just notice your body and the shape that it's in right now. And if you feel any urges to change the shape, go for it. Listen to the sounds around you, inside the space and outside. Taking a deep inhale, expanding your rib cage and your belly, and exhale. Letting one of those be your anchor today, breath, touch, or sound. Bend your knees, put your feet on the floor if they are not already. Move your arms out away from your torso and start to windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Coming back to neutral. Bring your knees in. Squeezing them in with your hands. Keeping your head on the floor for the moment. Rock side to side. Moving your knees in circles. Moving the knees in circles is for your sacrum and low back. That's the SI joints, plural. Uncrossing your ankles if they're crossed, placing your feet and knees next to each other but pulled in toward your chest. Take a deep inhale. Exhaling, lift your head and shoulders off the floor. You can hold around your knees or your feet or between your calves and hamstrings. Pull yourself into a ball. And then laying down, extend your legs out straight, reach your arms up overhead, take a stretch. Pointing your ankles, point your feet. And then keeping your arms up overhead, but if they don't touch the ground, making them more like goalposts or somewhere where you can relax your arms up overhead. Bend your knees, put your feet on the floor. Roll it, relax your arms now. Relax your head, relax your face. Okay. Lifting from your sacrum up towards your shoulders. You're going to round your back, lift from your rear end up, press into the floor, roll up as high as you can, and then just roll back down. Making a rainbow with your spine. Your chin might tuck a little as you do this. And then pressing your back down and rolling up again from your sacrum to your shoulders. And then coming down. Now add the breath. It's an exhale as you go down. An inhale as you make an arch with your back. And then pressing down is an exhale. Inhaling, lift your rear end up, rolling up to your shoulders, and an exhale coming back down, all on your own now. Finishing this round in 3, 2, and 1. Bringing your arms down by your sides. Extend your right leg up towards the ceiling. Straighten your knee. Move your ankle around slowly. Experiencing the stretch in your calf. Really thinking about how that feels as you move your ankle around. Breathing deeply. Cross your right ankle over your quad, your left quad, bringing the left knee in. For 2, 3, 4, 5. Place your left foot on the floor. Slide your leg down like you're crossing it in a skirt. Right over left. Lifting your hips up off the floor, you're just going to take them to the right like an inch or 2. So just barely lift them and slide them over to the right. Then take your knees to the left And if this starts to feel terrible, like you know you should twist with your leg crossed over, just uncross it. No big deal. Reach your right arm out to the right and just adjust the twist so it feels right for you. Moving the hips over a little bit to the right when you're twisting to the left keeps the spine in more of a neutral alignment as opposed to a rounding the back. And then rolling back and uncross. Lifting your left leg up towards the ceiling. Straighten your knee, and then slowly, with some intention, moving your ankle around, your foot in circles. Crossing that ankle over your quad. Bringing the right knee in. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Place your right foot on the floor, slide that left leg over to cross, and then lift your hips up, slide them over to the left a little bit, just an inch or two, and then drop your knees to the right and decide if this is a good idea or a bad idea. Opening your left arm out to the left, breathing deeply into your twist. So I know we all know this. Twisting poses do make you have to go to the bathroom if you do enough of them. It's just the way it is. You are literally like you're massaging your internal organs. You're not wringing them out, but they are moving as you do this and folding forward. So it's very common after a twisting class. You might have to go to the bathroom. Rolling onto your back, uncross your legs, draw your knees in towards your chest. Rock side to side. And another side note, drawing your knees in like this and holding them with your hands is called Apanasana, which means wind pose. I think it's wind release pose. Just saying. Okay, rock and roll forward and back. You can just take that tidbit with you all day. Rolling up to seated into your favorite comfortable seat. Placing your hands, palms up or palms down, onto your quads or knees. Close your eyes. Sitting tall, draw your shoulders back and down. Find your anchor. Keeping your eyes closed if that feels comfortable. Reach your arms up in a big circle. Inhale. Slide your hands down to heart center. Dropping your right hand over to the right. Reaching your left arm up and over, leaning onto that right hand. Looking down at the floor. And then looking up towards the ceiling, opening your chest a little bit. And then looking back down at the floor and press yourself up. Switching sides. As you lean over to the left, lean into that hand. Take your right arm up and over, and the same thing, looking down. And then moving your gaze up and opening that chest a little bit towards the ceiling. And then back down again. And pressing up. Reaching your arms up, inhale. Taking your hands down and behind your back, interlace your fingers. Drawing your shoulders and arms back, tucking the chin a little. Fold if you want. Lifting your arms up higher. Letting go. Again, reaching up, inhale. And then sliding your hands down to heart center and back down to your lap. Dropping your right ear over to the right. Chin to chest. And then over to the left. And back around again. And bringing your head up to neutral. Okay, rolling forward, hands and knees. Move your props over if you used some. And move through your cat-cow. Rounding, exhale, arching, inhale. You could add in hip circles or child's pose. Moving back into child's pose. If you haven't, do it now. Maybe you want to take your hands by your feet and just rest your forehead on the mat. Or reach out in front. Child's pose is supposed to be calming, but I know that it's not for everybody. Lifting up, coming into down dog, or staying in your child's pose. So many options. You could do tabletop. Stretching your calves in tabletop. Draw your Uddiyana Bandha in. Breathing. Coming back down into tabletop. Hands and knees. Okay, don't move your knees. They should be like lined up under your hips. I don't really need to say that. Okay, don't move your knees or your hips. Pretend like you have a cup of hot coffee on your sacrum. Lifting your right arm up towards the ceiling, we're gonna twist. So your right arm's gonna go up, and then I just want you to look up and see what you can see. And then put that right hand back down. Now, slide your left knee back like 12 inches, 6 inches, somewhere. Left knee is going to go back. Now do the same thing. Sweep your right arm up towards the ceiling. You can lean into that left knee. Look up towards the ceiling and see what you can see. This is just way more fulfilling for me. As you thread the needle, you can adjust that left knee. So come on down. Sweep that right arm under your left armpit, resting on your shoulder and head, lifting the left leg if you would like. Keep some weight on your left hand or elbow. If you want it harder, look up at the ceiling. Oh, yep. Bringing the left knee down and then opening that right arm back up towards the ceiling. Come into either side plank or knee side plank with your right arm up. Full side plank or knee side plank. Maybe you want to lift your right leg up high, parallel to the floor. Flex your quad and your ankle. Breathing, 3, 2. Now in the studio, you're going to tip up onto that knee and foot, and you'll be facing the curtains. And my back is just to you at home. So tip up, open your arms like a T. Take your right hand down towards your knee, reach over with your left arm. Reach down maybe towards your calf with your right hand. Think side stretch, left side stretch. Taking that left hand back down to the floor, sit down onto your rear end. In the studio, you'll be facing the back wall. The back wall. At home, whichever way you want to face, it's great. The left knee is going to be open to the side, and you'll be facing the west. So Jennifer, turn all the way around to face the west. There we go, and take your left knee open to the left. Right leg's going to be straight. There we go. Okay, reach up with both arms, inhale. Draw your waist in, firm your right quad, folding over towards your right shin. Breathe. Two. There's a lot to do in seated forward folds, a lot. Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha, breathing, drishti. Not hurting yourself. Firm your straight leg quad. Keep your ankle engaged. And 5, inhale, sit up. Lift your left arm back up, inhale. Take it to the floor behind you, left hand, and then come up on your left knee. Sweep that right arm up or over, and this is kind of where we started. Turn back down to the floor, onto hands and knees, tabletop. Okay, same thing. Neutral spine, tabletop. Don't move your knees. Hips are neutral. Lift your left arm and see how it goes. So we're twisting left arm up. Oh, that's just great. Okay, put your hand down. Slide that right knee back like 12 inches or so. Now sweep that left arm up again. Oh my gosh, huge difference. Lean into that right knee if you'd like. And then thread the needle. Come down onto your shoulder and head, lifting your right leg. And if you want it harder, look up. 1. I hope you felt the difference in those twists. 2. Your spine did not get magically more twisty. We just adjusted the hips to make the twist more fulfilling. 4. And 5, bring your knee down and at the same time press up, lifting your left hand, coming into a full side plank or knee side plank. Left hand, left knee on the ground. No, right. Left arm up. Sorry. Right hand, right knee on the ground. Left arm up. Got it. Lifting that left leg if you like, flexing your quad and your ankle. And then press up onto your knee and your foot. Open your arms like a T. Slide your left hand down and reach over. So when I'm teaching you guys, sometimes I mirror you, and so I switch my right and my left when I speak because I'm doing the opposite of you guys. And sometimes I don't, and it really messes me up. I swear I know my right and my left. Dropping back down to your right hand and to your hip. Just put that right hip down. As you sit down, you're going to face the west. The right knee is going to open out to the side and the left leg is straight into Shavasana. Reach up, inhale, sit up tall, firm your left leg, and folding, exhale towards your left ankle. 1, 2. Fix your gaze or close your eyes. 3. Breathing deeply. 4. And 5. As you sit up, reach your right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, right hand behind you on the floor. Come back up onto that right knee and reach up with that left arm. Look down and move back onto your mat into tabletop. So turn this over and move back. Down dog if you want. You could also take a vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. It's up to you. Take my socks off. Walking forward towards your thumbs, walk up. Inhaling, come up halfway. Exhale, fold over. Hang your head, bend your knees a little. Stand. Reach up, inhale. Taking your right arm under your left in front of you into eagle, arms. Decide if you want to add your legs. Sitting down into chair. And then crossing that right leg over. And I said decide if you want to do the legs because you don't have to. You can make this a balancing pose on one foot or not. Breathing. Drawing your elbows down towards your navel and then rounding a little, tucking your chin. And then standing back up as you inhale. Lift your elbows a tiny bit. Inhale till it feels right. Let go. Stand up. Reach your arms up. Bringing your right knee up towards your chest. And then press it back and step back into Warrior A. The Warrior A is a twisting pose. So turning your shoulders parallel to the top edge of the mat. And if your hips are already square, it won't be a twisting pose. But if your right hip is pulled back further, then it will be. We're going to bring our hands to heart center. Gracefully dropping that right knee to the floor. So lift your right heel and come down gently. Crossing the right elbow over the left knee into a twist. Press your palms together. Your left hand is going to press into your right hand, and you're going to take your chest higher away from your thigh when that happens. So press down with your left hand and lift your chest higher up away from the floor. Take another breath. Inhale. And exhale. Let go, untwist. We're going to get back up. Oh, wait, don't go up yet. Move that left foot forward a little and lean into it. We'll stretch our right hip flexor. And you can just place your elbows onto your knee, forearms on your knee. So focus on your right hip flexor. Now we're going to try to get back up without hands. So you're going to just scoot back a little bit. And then here we go. Tuck your back toes under and up. Very nice, warrior A. I love it. Stepping forward to the top of the mat, take an inhale. Exhale, arms come down and around, left under right this time into eagle arms. And then decide if you want to sit and take the left knee over. I don't mean sit on the ground, chair. And then left over right. Breathe. Look beyond your hands. Look beyond your arms. As you exhale, rounding, pull your elbows down. Change your gaze to the floor. And then coming back up, inhaling. Stand up, let go. Sweep your arms up in a big circle. Inhale. Bring your left knee up. Balancing on your right foot. Press it back. And tap back into warrior A. Turning your shoulders so that they're square with the front top edge of the mat. And bringing your hands to heart center. Lifting the back heel and gracefully coming down with lots of control, landing gently on the knee and twist. Take your left elbow across the right knee. And same thing, you're going to press down with your right hand and try to lift your chest up higher and breathe. Maybe look at the ceiling. Two. And one, look down. Untwist. Scoot your right foot forward. Sink your hips forward and rest your elbow onto your right knee. And focus on your left hip flexor. Backing out of this, press into the floor with your right foot. Move that right foot towards your left knee, and here we go. Ready? Tuck your back toes under, and up we go. Reach up, warrior A. Step up to the top of the mat. Inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Inhale, lengthen, come up halfway. Optional vinyasa, chaturanga, up dog, down dog, and we'll meet seated. All right, sitting down. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Let your knees open and use your hands if you need to sit up tall. Take a full inhale and then fold forward and round your back. There's 3 ways to do this. I've told you this before. Either sit up tall and tuck your chin, so not rounding the back and not folding, or folding forward with a neutral spine, or rounding with a lot of intention. So really rounding and tucking your chin, trying to bring the crown of your head into the soles of your feet. So like a lot of rounding. My favorite, I think, is sitting up tall and not folding and tucking my chin. Inhaling, sit up. Opening your legs into a V. Again, sitting up tall, inhale. Folding as much as you want to. Maybe walk your hands in front. Or just come down to your elbows or a block. Draw in your Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha and try to firm your quads without lifting your heels off the floor. Now, if your heels don't lift off the floor, you're like, how in the hell does that happen? Well, if you have hypermobile knees, it's real easy to straighten them and lift your heels. And if you've never had that, you would never know, so it doesn't even matter. Inhale, sitting up. Zip your legs together and lay down. We're going to come into bridge. Use a block or not. You could squeeze the block between your inner thighs, bridge, or put the block under your bridge, or no block. If you have the block under your sacrum, chill, just stay. If you're doing an active bridge, lower down, take an inhale, and then exhale, come right back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you're in an active bridge, again, lower, take an inhale, and exhale, lift up again. Last 1. 2. 3. 4. And down. Everybody come down. Remove the block down all the way to the ground. Windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Now, I want you either to choose if you want to roll up to seated and fold over, or if you want to lift your legs up and over into plow. They're both the same pose. It's just the way that gravity, affects us. If your legs are up and over, then you're putting the weight on your neck. But if you're seated up and over, then it's in your hamstrings. So choosing which way you want to go with that. So roll up to seated, fold over, or roll back and take your feet up and over to the floor. Either way, you can still reach for your feet or ankles. If you feel like you would want to change your pose, like maybe plow is something you want to do, roll back and roll up. Or if you are in plow and this is not working out, roll down. When you are ready, or in the next minute, coming into supported fish with the blocks under your shoulder blades, your spine, your rib cage and head. So now or in the next minute. If you're enjoying modified fish, stay. I'd like to offer legs up the wall as Shavasana today. So if you're in the studio, grabbing a blanket would be fine. Or when you take your mat to the wall, you can literally just loop it once at the end to make it a little bit higher. And then put it right next to the wall. As you lay down, you're going to sit next to your mat with your back to the wall, and then with your butt a few inches away, so slide your rear end away from the wall like 4 inches. As you lay down, you're going to thread the needle and take your shoulder that's closest to your mat. That's going to be the thread. That's going to be the thread. Yeah, so I have my left shoulder to my mat. So my right hand is going to be the needle, and then I'm going to thread it with my left arm. And as I take that left shoulder down, I'm just going to roll up. Tiddy-dee-da, hello, here I am. It's perfect. It ends with my butt right next to the wall, and my legs up the wall. If you start with your feet to the wall and your butt far away, and then lay down and try to scooch up, it won't work. You won't get into this pose, and you can't get there the way that you can if you just roll to your side and up. I've tried it many times, I promise. The blanket or the mat rolled a little bit under your rear end just gives a little ease on the hamstrings so that you're not at a full 90. Just rounds the back a little bit. And if you like it, stay. And if you're like, nope, I hate this, then don't. Just go back to regular Shavasana. It's no big deal. Find your anchor one more time.
I'm going to read to you guys from Meditations from the Mat, Daily Reflections on the Path of Yoga by Rolf Gates. Aparigraha advises us to travel light while on the spiritual path. We must let go of the old to make room for the new. We must grieve our dead and then let go in order to love the living. Much of the work we do with aparigraha concerns the obvious. We can't use a closet if it is stuffed full of worn-out clothing. We don't like the new office staff because we have not said goodbye to the old staff. As difficult as these passings are, they have the advantage of being directly in front of us. All that is required is yet another level of surrender, a leap of faith. More difficult is the aspect of aparigraha that concerns worn-out beliefs. Many of the basic assumptions that guide our daily choices are unconscious or unseen. Aparigraha invites us to walk away from yesterday's outdated beliefs. Just as we take boxes of our old clothing to the Salvation Army, we can begin shedding our old ideas. Yesterday's definition of a man or a woman, a race or a religion, a blessing or a curse no longer has any power over us. We can begin to trust our perceptions of the truth in the moment. There is a power in this process, an unfettering of the mind and the spirit. We can begin to wear our beliefs like a loose garment. We can experience the lightness that comes from freedom from our own ideas. Take a deep inhale, everybody. And exhale. Start to move your fingers and toes and wrists and ankles. Take a stretch. If you are doing legs up the wall, roll to your side and press up. You can keep your back at the wall and just sit there with your back up against the wall or not. Bring your palms together at heart center. Oh, everybody sit up. That's what I meant to say. All right, refresh yourself up. Draw your chin down. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for letting me guide you. Trying new things today. Lokaha samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free of suffering. Namaste. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.